The story centers on Ramona, a mother of 2 children, Taylor and Annie, living on a remote farm. The film opens with a dreamlike scene in which Ramona imagines her dream life, the house complete, the barn full, the yard blooming with irises, and her family happy. However, she struggles to name the farm, symbolizing a deeper uncertainty in her life. The dream ends abruptly and reality sets in. Ramona wakes up in a half-finished house with her children and no electricity. The power outage sparks tension in the household. Taylor, her teenage son, is frustrated and annoyed at the lack of communication with the outside world, while young Annie seeks reassurance and routine. Ramona tries to maintain control despite being visibly overwhelmed, likely grieving the recent loss of her husband hinted at through her injury, the broken-down truck, and her fragile emotional state. The normal day takes a sinister turn when a strange woman appears in the yard. She is eerily still, her face veiled, and her presence immediately unnerves the children. Taylor jokes and theorizes about her being dead, disfigured, or mentally ill, while Annie becomes frightened. Ramona tries to calm them, though she herself is increasingly unsettled by the woman's silent intrusion. Determined to confront the situation, Ramona limps outside to speak to the stranger. The woman finally speaks, identifying herself only as Ramona, the same name as the mother. This creates confusion and a chilling sense of familiarity. She offers no clear explanation for how she arrived or why she's there. When Ramona insists she leave, the woman cryptically replies that Ramona's husband won't be coming home, implying that he's dead, a fact Ramona has likely been trying to suppress or avoid facing. The strange woman seems to know intimate details about Ramona's life and speaks in riddles about strength, disappearance, and motherhood. She makes disturbing comments about the children being ripe enough to eat and eerily declares, "Today is the day, Ramona. You called and I came." This line suggests that the woman might not be real at all, but a manifestation of Ramona's grief, guilt, or internal collapse. As the woman begins to approach the house, Ramona hurries back inside. Taylor, deeply concerned, confronts his mother, sensing that she's hiding the truth. Ramona denies the severity of the encounter but discreetly retrieves a gun from the Jeep, preparing for something she cannot fully explain. Despite her efforts to protect her children, it becomes evident that she is unraveling emotionally and mentally. The strange woman outside may be a physical threat, but she also seems symbolic of the weight of Ramona's trauma and the breakdown of her reality. Throughout the film, tension builds between what is real and what is imagined. The woman's identity is never fully explained, but her intimate knowledge of Ramona's life, her timing, and her name suggest she may be a representation of Ramona's guilt, depression, or even a supernatural reckoning. The absence of the husband looms heavily, and it's implied he died in the truck accident that left Ramona injured. The story follows a recently widowed mother, Ramona, and her 2 children, teenage Taylor and young Annie, who are living in a remote farmhouse. The narrative begins with Ramona recounting a dream where their new home was finished, their lives peaceful, and her husband still alive. But reality quickly intrudes. The house is unfinished, the power is out, and the atmosphere is tense. Their fragile domestic routine is disrupted when a mysterious woman appears in their yard. Dressed in funeral-like attire, veiled and silent, she unnerves the family, especially the children. Annie is frightened and Taylor grows increasingly suspicious. Ramona, attempting to stay calm, approaches the woman who claims her name is also Ramona. She appears disoriented and may be mentally ill or off medication. Ramona speculates that the woman wandered from a nearby nursing home. Though Ramona insists the woman is harmless, Taylor is unconvinced. Tensions mount inside the house as the stranger remains motionless in the yard for hours. Taylor suggests getting their father's gun and even offers to drive to a neighbor's to call for help, but Ramona refuses. It's revealed that Ramona's injury prevents her from driving, and she also denies Taylor permission to leave or drive, exacerbating his frustration. Meanwhile, Annie injures her foot, prompting a moment of tenderness from Ramona where she reflects on the randomness of accidents, subtly alluding to the car crash that killed her husband. Annie innocently asks whether they will continue to live in the house now that their father is gone, highlighting the children's need for clarity and stability. The family's psychological state deteriorates further. Ramona lashes out at Annie for struggling with her handwriting, then quickly apologizes, showing how close to the edge she is. Taylor, already on edge, becomes more aggressive and defiant. He accuses Ramona of lying to them, not just about the woman outside but about the true nature of their father's death. Taylor eventually grabs the family gun and goes outside to confront the stranger. As Taylor counts down to threaten her, the woman does not react. Back inside, Ramona frantically searches for Annie, who has wandered off. When she finds her, the eerie woman suddenly speaks to Taylor, cryptically implying Ramona has lied to him. She says Ramona has told everything backwards about the night his father died. Back inside, Ramona and Taylor face off. Taylor demands the truth. He knows the story Ramona told about the wet roads and a tragic accident isn't the full picture. Ramona, breaking down, finally prepares to tell the truth. Through these events, the film explores themes of grief, maternal responsibility, suppressed trauma, and the psychological cost of pretending everything is okay. The mysterious woman is never fully explained. She could be a real person, a figment of Ramona's guilt-ridden psyche, or a supernatural entity. What is clear is that her presence forces Ramona to confront the truth she's hidden, not only from her children but also from herself. The children are restless, and Ramona, already worn from the weight of single parenthood and unresolved grief, tries to manage their needs and behavior. Then a strange woman appears in the yard, motionless, veiled, dressed like she's attending a funeral. Her presence is unsettling, particularly for Annie, who is scared, and Taylor, who becomes increasingly suspicious of his mother's calm dismissal of the situation. Ramona initially approaches the woman who claims her name is Ramona too but offers no clarity about where she came from or why she's there. She appears dazed, maybe delusional. Ramona rationalizes her presence as that of a lost mental patient or someone off medication. Despite Taylor's suggestions to drive for help or use a neighbor's phone, Ramona refuses, citing her injured leg. Taylor begins to feel trapped and deceived, his mistrust of his mother growing. The mystery woman continues to linger in the yard, unmoving and ominous. Ramona tries to maintain a sense of normalcy, making ice cream, helping Annie with her letters, but her mental state deteriorates. She lashes out unexpectedly, then apologizes, exposing the strain she's under. Taylor, growing desperate, confronts Ramona about her lies, not just about the woman but about the night their father died. He's figured out she wasn't telling the truth. Flashbacks reveal that the night of the accident Ramona was actually the one driving. She had been arguing with her husband over her unhappiness and sense of suffocation, feeling as though she had given everything to others and lost herself. The confrontation in the car ended in tragedy. Ramona survived, her husband did not. Out of guilt, she told the children their father had been driving. That lie now festers at the center of their fractured family. The veiled woman's purpose becomes clearer. She isn't just a stranger. She is a manifestation of Ramona's inner torment, a physical embodiment of her guilt, depression, and desire to disappear. When Ramona finally confesses the truth to Taylor, their confrontation is interrupted. Annie goes missing. The house descends into chaos as the woman seemingly invades the space, threatening the children. They hide in the attic and Ramona vows to protect them at all costs. Ramona arms herself and confronts the woman directly, telling her to leave and never return. The woman reveals she is not there to harm Ramona but to fulfill what Ramona had been subconsciously praying for every morning: strength. Not strength to go on but strength to end it. Ramona had in her grief loaded one bullet into the gun and kept it hidden. The woman, echoing Ramona's own inner voice, tells her that her children can only be free if she sets them free by letting herself go. But when the moment comes, Ramona hesitates. She chooses instead to say goodbye to her children. She instructs Taylor to take Annie and go to a neighbor's farm, handing over her coat and supplies. Taylor pleads for her to come too, but Ramona insists they will be better off without her. Annie, in tears, says she doesn't want her mom to be alone. Ramona still sends them off. As Ramona prepares to end her life, the veiled woman waits patiently. But in the final moment, Ramona chooses not to pull the trigger. Instead, she banishes the woman, rejecting the part of herself that wanted to give up. The woman disappears. Ramona has faced the darkest part of herself and emerged on the other side, not cured but stronger. In the aftermath, Ramona reunites with her children. Taylor asks if the woman will come back. Ramona replies, not today. But if she does, we'll be ready. Taylor, now more mature and protective, assures her, I'll be ready. The film closes with a full circle return to the dream Ramona had. The house finished, the yard filled with Iris's laughter echoing through it. Charlie, the family dog who had been feared dead, reappears, completing the circle of healing and symbolizing hope. Though the dream was once an escape, it now feels more like a vision of a possible future, a future the family can begin to build together, grounded in truth, love, and resilience. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.